Hi, everybody. So today is Monday and it's a bonus family movie night. We're talking about the Barbie Diaries. And I just thought it would be fun to finally cover this one because I had covered so many of the different Barbie movies, but I had particularly skipped over this one because this one feels very different than the rest of the first decade of Barbie movies. It's the only one because it's the only one produced by a studio called Curious Pictures. So it feels really different than the rest of the Barbie movies of that era, which were made by Mainframe Studios. And the animation is kind of rough in those movies, but this takes it to a whole new level. The animation is really bad in this one, and it's a modern story, which I don't tend to like as much as the fairy tales, and it just did not look appealing to me. It looked like this was definitely trying to uh it looked like this was trying to leech more off of the Bratz franchise than it was off of Barbie. And I think that there's some truth to that now that I've seen it. And it's probably my least favorite Barbie movie. It's definitely bonkers and it definitely tries a lot of things. And I'm always impressed about that with these Barbie movies is how much story they try to pack in, especially this one. It's under an hour in length, but a lot is going on here. You have Barbie, and she is in high school. She's struggling to get along with people. She's struggling to find friends, all of that. She has some friends, but she wants to be popular. There's this girl, Raquel, who's definitely the mean girl with her friends. This came out not too long after Mean Girls. So there's definitely Regina George energy to Raquel. They used to be friends in fifth grade, and now they're not friends anymore. And she's very manipulative, controlling. Barbie and Raquel are both part of like the school news, and it's like hard-hitting reporting going on. And so Barbie ends up going undercover with Raquel's friends and trying to figure out the popular girls, and that's very Mean Girls inspired, obviously, like trying to find the backstory of the plastics. And she also ends up kind of through her story having some bad publicity for her two friends, for Tia and Courtney. Particularly, she says that this rumor that Tia doesn't clean her clothes, doesn't clean her jeans in particular. And that's like a big scandal going on here with Tia and Courtney, and they get really upset. And then the two girls, the popular girls, I forget their names, they get really upset. Everybody feels betrayed. It's huge drama in Barbie's life. Well, one day she finds this bracelet. There's this woman, Stephanie, at the mall, comes with this diary. And that's where things start to get like really bonkers because this diary ends up having sort of magical qualities along with the bracelet. And so the things that Barbie writes end up coming true, things with her band and things with being popular and being accepted. So the things in the diary start to come true that she's predicting. And so she goes to try to talk to Stephanie about it, but Stephanie never actually worked there in the first place. And so she doesn't know what's going on. And there starts to be some conflict between Raquel and Barbie, and then also Barbie with her friends. And she's trying to do this expose, and she sort of treats them badly. And there's also this big plot with this boy named Todd, who she's got this big crush on, who used to date Raquel. So it's definitely like an Aaron Samuels kind of a thing. But he doesn't really notice Barbie until she starts writing about it in the book. And all of this is just horrifically animated. It looks absolutely terrible, even for these movies. And I am very forgiving about the animation in these movies. She's also in a band called Charms with a Z. That's where I definitely sort of the Bratz kind of influence of trying to be, the Z at the end and everything. And so you've got some like 2006 appropriate teeny bopper sort of music along with this. And so she's into this guy, Todd, and Todd's like a pretty good guy, but just not the right guy for Barbie. But she's the kind of pining after him. In the meantime, there is this guy named Kevin who has been her best friend through thick and thin, and who's helped her with all of her challenges. And of course, he's also in love with her, and he starts writing her these little notes, but Barbie thinks that the notes are from Todd, and so she's giving Todd all the credit. And like I said, there's this magic and the bracelet, and at one point Kevin actually, she loses the bracelet and Kevin gives her a guitar string as a bracelet, and she's kind of like dismissive of the bracelet, because oh, it's just a piece of metal. Well, so is the bracelet, but the bracelet, has these magic qualities to it. Well, it doesn't, it takes you, of course, to the end when she realizes that, of course, Kevin is really the guy who's writing all his notes and really the great friend and the person who really loves her. So she loves Kevin and not Todd. And so it has a lot of those kind of romantic comedy beats that are fun and I enjoy. And it has a pretty good voice cast. You got Kelly Sheridan as Barbie, and I always enjoy her work as Barbie. It has Sarah Edmondson as Courtney, and I actually interviewed Sarah for Homemaker's podcast a couple of years ago, so that's fun. Overall, it has Andrew Francis voicing Todd, who I've also interviewed for Homemaker's podcast a couple times. He's a lot of fun. So it has a pretty good voice cast, and it has some good story elements that I like to see. The animation is just unforgivable in this. It is just painful to watch, and the story has so much going on. It's all over the place. And so this one is definitely one of my least favorites of the Barbie movies. But let me know what you think. Where does this one lie in your ranking of the Barbie movies? You can really feel that this is from a different studio and they only made one movie, one of the Barbie movies, because it just feels so different and it really feels like a bad video game. What you think of this one, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section or on Twitter. I'll put a link to all of my Barbie reviews, the full playlist. I've done over 30 of them over the years. So please take a look at that and let me know what some of your favorites of the Barbie movies are. I think I only have 5 more to review, so that will be coming later on this year. And also make sure that you like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. Check out the podcast. Check out Hallmarkies podcast over there. And also check out the Patreon group. I would really appreciate that. And the merch store. And that would be great. We have some just kind of Barbie inspired merch over there this year. You can get I'm a Hallmark girl. You can get I'm an animation girl. Things like that that are inspired by Barbie. So that would be so fun if you checked that out. And thanks so much, everybody. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.